What's up, guys? Will here. And today, I'm going to do a quick video on each of the signs, all 12, from Aries to Pisces. Each of the signs' most prominent psychic ability. And I want to say this is an overdue video, and I hadn't done this series mostly because, well, I wanted to touch on specific things about psychic abilities overall and generally by itself, and that's the Scorpio Moon on Psychic Abilities series. And then I was going to incorporate each of these aspects into my own Zodiac series that I was going to do, which I have not even started yet. And oh, disclaimer. So I've been gone for a minute. Usually I post at least like once a week, or like just I'm pretty regular about it, and a lot has been happening in the last couple of weeks, which has kind of been like preventing me from doing that. I do want to make a video solely and specifically on just that, because there's been a lot going on, like just a lot. But I'm back, and I want to get this out mainly because this is also just like a heads up video too. Sorry for missing you guys. I have missed you guys. And in the near future, I probably won't be able to post as often. So I wanted to get some content out, while I had the time to. So let's get started. Oh, and also thank you guys so much for the subscriptions, the likes, the shares, the comments, and just all of your positivity and support. You guys mean the world to me, and I would not be this far into this or still doing this, or just like, you guys just don't even understand how big of a support system you are. So thank you. But yeah, let's get started. I'm kind of like congested, so excuse me. Oh, and I did want to make an announcement. I am going to make the announcement, but I don't want to raise expectations and thereby, create disappointments. But one of the things that I'm going to touch on in the video that I'm going to make about my, I guess, hiatus, is that I'm on this like new kind of like venture journey, segue into a different like sector of something. I don't know. But I took a couple like proactive steps in a direction, and I'm hopefully soon gonna see where that pans out. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say now, just so I don't forget to allude to that in the video. But yeah, like so much has happened. I cannot wait to record that and share that with you. But let's get started. Yeah, so I'm going to do some timestamps. I feel like I can like do that and get that done. So I'm gonna start with Aries, and let's get started. So hey Aries, your psychic ability is energy, is passion, is let's tap into it. And like, I like to break it down starting with the element and then zone in on the sign, because for some people it can touch different aspects, like, or different parts of that sign. So you could be like early, like on the Pisces side, or late on the Taurus side, or just like more mature in life, like a Leo or a Sagittarius in some aspects or whatever. So For fire signs, they're all very dynamic. Their abilities are always related to the heart chakra, happiness and love, and grand expressions, big expressions, like big, like high energy, fast movement, huge gestures. Like it's just like it's flashy is a good word. So for Aries, and this may have something to do with why you guys are always like just doing something impulsive and crazy and like without a second thought, because you're the first sign of the zodiac. So your psychic ability is like it's like a fight or flight response. Like you can always tell the temperature of a room. So in a sense, you're like a barometer. You're like a thermostat. You can walk into a space and immediately feel what's off and what needs to be done about it. And you're going to be the first person to do something about it because you're just led to do that. And there's nothing you can do about it, but go with it. And at the same time, try to not dampen that spirit, but give your mind and body just a second to process what's happening before you do it. Because sometimes, even though your heart's in the right place and your intentions are pure, I hope, there's still a way to do things that may get things done a little less destructively or in such a messy way or without so much collateral damage, you know? Like, efficiency is everything, but that's just me being a Capricorn. Let's go on to Taurus. Let's go on to Taurus. Hey, Taurus. Hey, Taurus. I can't stand your cheerleading squad. I love your pom-poms. I know you want some bonbons all night. It's a candy. Don't be nasty. Taurus, your psychic ability is extrasensory perception. And now let me explain, because y'all might be thinking, Taurus, the laziest, most stubborn, just not wanting to do nothing or move or change at all type of sign. Extrasensory perception? Yes. And here's why. Because Taurus is ruled by Venus. I'm your Venus. I'm your fire, your desire. But they're an earth sign. So and Venus is the planet of love, of allure, of sensuality, of all the pleasures of life, of all the things that smell good, feel good, taste good, look good, and just make you want more of it. And it's also a very moody, hot, kind of volatile planet. Like, it's that like looks can be deceiving planet where like it looks like the flame, but it's really the storm, and you're the moth that gets in and is sucked in too close, and it's like by the time you realize you're about to die, it's too late. But all of that is inside of Taurus's body. It's like underneath the surface. It's very like it's like the water table under your feet. Like that was obscure. Okay, so if you know the water cycle, like from when the little circle you learned as a kid from, how water goes around the world, even on land, there are layers of earth, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then there's water under all of that. And all of the earth filters the water, so it's clean and pure and cold and crisp and all of that. Under there, it's refreshing and rejuvenating. It's like the waters of life down there, but it's down there. So in order to get to it, you got to dig. And Taurus already knows how they are going to let you get down to them under them surface waters if they let you, and they probably won't. And the reason that they're so good at staying themselves is because they have heightened senses when it comes to smell, taste, sight, touch, and hearing when they can tap into it. And they can hear changes in the atmosphere. They can feel shiftings in vibrations. They can pick up in their subconscious a smell of a person and know that that person is around. Like, they pick up on stuff very, very subtly. And because they have this like extra sensory, like hyper micromanagement, they use that to make sure that nothing ever changes. It's fun. Let's go on to Gemini. Gemini. Hey, Gemini. I'm so sorry. I know. Y'all get such a bad rap. You're crazy, though. Just admit it. You're fucking nuts. So, Gemini, your psychic ability, because you're so mental, and it's funny, Geminis, Libras, and Aquariuses, they all have this special flavor of crazy that some might call detachment. I like to think of it as like, how do you not understand? But Gemini's psychic ability, being an air sign, is visualization, is thoughts, and is communication. So Geminis are like the linguists of the zodiac. Geminis are the ones that can have 10 different conversations simultaneously in 4 different languages, on paper, electronically, and in their mind, and it all just seems cohesive and like it's just, I don't know. There's no, only an air sign might know what I'm talking about right now, because I still don't understand how they do it. But I've met quite a few Geminis, and they're fun people. They get along with everybody, and they're so fake. And I mean, and they're so affable, and they're so like, they are just like the life of the party. They know what to say and who to say it to, and how to lie, and just how to network, you know? Like, they know how to be the person that they need to be in any given situation. So on the one hand, Geminis have this ability of like camouflage. It's like a chameleon-like ability where no matter who they are, and you may never know who they actually are, they can walk into a room, into a group of people, into a situation, and instantly know who to be to get the best results for what they want. It comes from this innate ability to pick up on people's thoughts, and whether they are tapped into it or not, change their own frequency to match the thought frequency that's going on around them. So if everybody's in a room talking about one thing and Gemini was gone for 20 minutes, even though they started the conversation, they can come right back in and pick up, and it's like they never even left, and you're just confused how the conversation, like how they were not there and then there and said something and either kept the conversation going or started a whole nother conversation and nobody even noticed, and then they disappeared again because they're talking to everybody at the exact same time. I don't know. Cancers. It's your turn. Hey, Cancer. Such a bad name, I know. You crabby, cold, concealed people. Stop snapping at people, y'all sensitive. Your superpower is sensitivity. You have psychic sensitivity. And guys, cross watchers, anybody who's not a Cancer, this is why Cancers act the way they do, because they pick up on other people's feelings, and some of that comes through in the form of thoughts, some of it comes through in the form of vibes and just like energy, but a lot of it is just like is just like emotional energy. All the water signs are vibers, what I like to call, and there are people who are sensitive. They're hypersensitives. They are aware or affected by changes in the atmosphere, changes in feelings, intentions, like desires, like things like that. And also in a way are able, because hypersensitive also can translate to empath in a lot of ways, are able to connect with another person's subconscious and just pick up on things. And so because of that, Cancer being the baby of the water signs, and, you know, everything is just coming in, there's no filter at all. They usually pick up on people's negative things, on the hurts, on like the stuff that's supposed to be under the shell that they're not supposed to hear. And usually it's like the complete opposite of what people say out of their mouths or the actions that they actually use. It's almost like a Gemini thing. Like, Cancer will look at a person crying and see a person's happy emotions that they should be grateful for, and they would use that to tell that person, hey, you know, life's not that bad. You got this, 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 and this, and you should be happy. Ha 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 ha, give me a hug. And on the flip side, they can see a person being arrogant and cocky and see the little, like, broken child in them and know how to use that to their advantage or to heal that person. Come out of your shell. Stop looking at people for who they actually are, and just go with the flow sometimes, Cancer. And also, stop being so crabby. I'm kidding. I love you guys. Okay, Leo. Woo! Can we just skip, y'all? This has been a 20-minute video. Nah. Okay. You guys, your psychic ability is to turn everything into a movie. I'm kidding. I'm not, though. It's funny because I was just reminded of this thing that I heard one Leo say to another early on a few years ago. It stuck with me, but it was such a Leo thing to say, and such a Leo thing to say about a Leo. You guys are just theatrical, dramatic, like if life was a Broadway, you have to be the main character. You have to invite people in and get the house packed and get the standing ovation and get the emotions flowing and just have all the eyes on you. And in a way, it's a good thing. I don't know, you're magnets. You're a fixed sign, like the Taurus, like the Scorpio, like the Aquarius, who's your opposite. And you all, being fixed signs, are pillars in a way. Like, Taurus is the physical, like, solid, stable pillar. Scorpio is the emotional pillar. Aquarius is like the mental idea pillar, the astral pillar. Like, the fixed signs are the signs that all the other signs go to for a specific thing. And for Leo, it's for adventure, it's for fun, it's like, if you guys had to be a TV show, it would be like Superman or something. Like, you guys are like the hero in your everyday life, and you would go a million miles just to make another person happy. And that is so beautiful because you see the passion and the potential and the excitement in things. You see the sun shining in the dark, and if there is no sun shining, you hold the energy of the sun and take it with you wherever you go. You could melt ice caps with your smile. You're so just but anyway. Um so yeah, your psychic ability really is warmth, is enthusiasm, is being able to be like a light switch for people. You turn things on or off. You either get the flow going or stop it completely. And for a lot of Leos, it's a subconscious thing. Like, um, good example. I have a million and one examples. I was raised by a Leo. But okay. So no, that's not a good example. I don't have an example. So I'm gonna move on. Hey Virgo, your psychic ability is, you just know I have to, well, let's start with, you're an earth sign, but you're the one earth sign that's not capable of being still. Like, if all of the earth signs were a specific type of earth, like Taurus would be a boulder, Capricorn might be a crystal, but Virgo would be like quicksand. Like, you guys have this ability to essentially like remake landscapes. You can walk into a place and see, like, with this most calculated, like, Terminator eye, every possible outcome of each object and its highest potential. And I know you guys understand that, though most other people won't. But you can look at a seed and just instinctively know that this is going to be the best type of like orange tree if I just do this and this. And it's almost like seeing the future in a way, but it's like a very tangible thing. It's like seeing potentials. It's like seeing probabilities. You guys are very hardworking and very calculated in life, and very OCD and very critical, because you are so aware of like the tiniest changes in like probability of like the chances of things. And you know how to make the best physical chance for something to happen, which is, in a sense, and probably in a nutshell, the ability to manifest. Like, quickly too. Like, you could take 2 grains of sand and in some way, shape, or form that only a Virgo could attain and achieve, and is willing to put all of that work into, make a whole hourglass. Like, you're just like that. And people like instinctively know that about you and will use that against you. Capra Virgo. Virgo is the sign of service, is the sign of like the Virgin Mary, of like Mother Earth, of of like getting your hands into things and making it grow and stuff like that. You guys are the green thumbs of the zodiac. Like, you're the farmers. Like, you have the innate ability to nurture something to its highest potential or break it down into rubble. Pick your battles. But let's go on to what's next? Libra? Libra. Hey, Libra. Yeah, I'm talking like this because this is how Libras talk in my mind, you know, like party. Very easily. But Libra, your psychic ability is to like, it's funny because, and shout out to Alyssa Trahan. I will never forget this because I've always like disbelieved it. It just makes no sense to me, Libra. But Libra, your psychic ability is that you're supposed to be like the most telepathic of all the zodiac signs. Higher than Gemini, higher than Scorpio, and higher than Pisces. Maybe even Aquarius. Maybe not Aquarius. But Libra, telepathy. And that's why it's so hard for you to make decisions, because it's like you can see all of the thoughts and all of the hope and everything that went into making something what it was. And how could you choose this bundle of love and joy over this bundle of love and joy and all the good things that this could mean and all the things that you actually wanted from this and how this would make you happy or how it meant so much to this person to make this thing? Like, you are just so indecisive, it kills me. But I love you, Libra. You're so friendly and charming and bubbly, and you know how to allure people. Like, you know how to make people feel good because you know what to say. You know what they need to hear. You know, and just all the things, the happy things that people think about. And you see that about everybody. It's so cute. I love it. And because you can do that, whenever you're around people, especially a group of people, like more than two, like Libra, you can always make the best decisions for a group and always be like the one for all and the all that everybody comes to for one, because like you are like the best at leading when it comes to like being like the pack leader. Like, you can do it because you would make the decision that makes the most people happy, like the best compromise, like, you know? Cool. All right, so let's move on to Scorpio. Haha. And you have to say Scorpio with a smolder because Scorpio. So Scorpio, you sexy, sexy thing, you. Your psychic ability is all the dark, dirty, taboo things that you don't talk about at dinner time. You are the dominatrix, are the alpha dog of the zodiac. You are the big bad wolf with the shiny, shiny teeth that prowls in the night that people are scared of. Even those other scary things that bump in the night, like, they're scared of you. Why? Because you can see the inner workings of things. You can look at a thing and know how it's supposed to work, if it's working like it should, and why it's not if it's not. You have the psychic ability, I like to call it Scorpio vision, but let's call it moon vision. Let's call it night vision. You can see dark secrets. You can see other worldly things, you can maybe even see into the other side of human life and see things that aren't supposed to be there. And because it doesn't frighten you, you are almost a beacon for things like this. And so creepy stuff tends to happen around Scorpio. Kind of makes us, well, I say us because I'm a Scorpio moon, but kind of makes Scorpio, you guys, like the hoodoo voodoo witch magicians of the zodiac. Like, you guys have a sway over emotions, and your emotions have a sway over this world. So be careful. And don't get too dark, even though you love it there. Warm up a little bit, and don't kill anybody. Let's move on to Sag. Let's do it, Sag. We're going to talk really quickly because you guys are always on the move and you don't have a lot of time, and I don't want to keep you waiting because you might just leave me. So, Sagittarius, your psychic ability is picking up on inspiration and knowledge and always being in the know and just like luck. I like to call it like right time, right place. And it's like this thing where just like you are always knowing where to be and what to do to make things exactly how you want it to be. It's like manifestation, but it's also like just being in tune with the universe, you know? Like you can just like wake up one morning and just be like, everything is awesome. And I'm going to go to the mall and I'm going to win $1 million. And I don't know how, but something just tells me I should do it. And then you do it and it's done and you're a millionaire. Like, don't you want to be a millionaire? Follow your dreams, follow your inspirations, and always do what makes you happy. And never let anybody tell you that you are crazy, because even though you are crazy, you can be a little brash and a little like Sag. You have this ability to like you you could scrape the rust off of adamantium, and if you don't know what adamantium is, you will find out what it is because you just have a thirst for knowledge, and I just gave you something to learn about. You guys are the masters at learning new things, at getting good at things, and being creative with things. Like you would be the one person who is the self-taught best playing piano player or like orchestra player in the or orchestra player, violinist in the orchestra, but you're going to do it in a creative way, and then you're going to take that self-knowledge and you're going to turn that into something creatively new that everybody is drawn to. Like you guys are just like cool and fun. But let's go on to my favorite sign. I can't even call it my favorite. But let's do Capricorn? Capricorn. Let's do Capricorn. Hey, Capricorn. All right. Let's get down to business, Capricorn. There are like 4 things that make you the psychic that you are. First off, it is been speculated, taught, or believed that Capricorn is the most spiritual sign in all of the zodiac. Why? Because, well, fun fact, if you're into tarot or don't know anything about tarot, let me tell you one thing about our sign in the tarot deck. We're represented by the devil. And the devil, historically, is the angel who rules over physical reality, who rules over material wealth and desires and contracts and cunning and music and beauty and all of the 7 deadly sins and all of the things that, you know, would make you happy in a physical, like, temporary way. Gratification, it's a good word. And so because of that, we have this innate ability to feel out our environment, size up the environment, and really just be a really good judge of things. Like in the way that have this psychic ability over probability, we have this psychic ability over reality. Like if it's not what a Capricorn wants it to be, they're going to map out what it is, and then they're going to start making blueprints and plans and lists and charts and the best time frames to do something, and then they're going to start working. behind the scenes, in the front of the scenes, making the scenes, building the scenes. And then once the scene is made, then they're going to cause the scene. And then they're going to change the scene. And they just will do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to make whatever happen. Tenacity, determination, and just like stubbornness are very good words to describe us. I guess that was 1, 2, and 3, because I know you're a busy person, Capricorn. And I don't want to stop you from making money. But the last thing is that you rule over time. And as a Capricorn, ruled by Saturn, who's father in time, you have this ability that I like to call chronokinesis. It plays out in a lot of different ways, but for me, I have a physical with grandma. Capricorn stellium. And when it's all in your body like that, it kind of gives you, especially if you're like a Capricorn sun or Capricorn rising, you kind of have this ability of like, I would call it chronostasis. It's a combination of the words chronokinesis and homeostasis. I think they call that a portmanteau. But with this chronostasis, we have the ability, especially if you learn how to meditate, like learn how to meditate, Capricorn, it's beautiful, to regulate your internal clock. The medical book would call it your circadian rhythm. But it's like this clock in your brain that tells your body when to do things and how to do them and how much energy you're supposed to have when you're doing something. And because of that, we always have just enough energy to do everything we need to do. It sounds boring, but that's why we are the goats who always make it to the top of the mountain, because everybody else pooped out and got tired and fell back down on the way up. And we paced ourselves and maybe took a little more time, but got exactly where we wanted to be, how we wanted to do it, and in just the right place. Have fun. And it gets better over time, trust me. Let's do Aquarius. Yeah, Aquarius. Now I have to talk with this like inflection of like curiosity, because Aquarius, you are like always trying to learn something and like always trying to understand maybe and figure out why it is that things are the way that they are, I think. And so because of that, your psychic ability is tapping in to the Akashic records. Like, you guys spend a lot of time reading and learning things, but you also have this ability to kind of like just know things. It's like a Sagittarius kind of thing, maybe like a Pisces thing. They're both ruled by Jupiter. And Pisces used to be, well, its co-ruler is Neptune. And funnily enough, Aquarius, it's also like traditionally ruled by Neptune. Or I think that's more contemporary. Look it up, Aquarius. You'll find out for me. I'm sure you already know. But you guys have this thing where you are just like so out there that you can just like leave your body and learn things in the blink of an eye, and then come back to your body and share that knowledge. You're really good at picking up skills and using those skills to better the world. Like, you guys are like the mad scientists of the planet. You know things and do things and just rock out in a way that only you can. And it's completely magical. It's almost alien. Like, you're so hypnotizing. Could you be the devil? Or could you be an angel? Haha. Your choice. But let's go on to Pisces. Hi, Pisces. This is my Pisces voice that I use quite often because I'm a Pisces rising. And I don't want to always sound like this because it's kind of like, that's my Capricorn voice. And this is my Scorpio voice. And this kinda, I don't know, maybe might scare you. So I talk like this a lot, just so I can get my message across. Hey Pisces, you're a dreamer. You have such a big imagination. And because you have this whole world inside of your in your brain, like right here, your psychic ability is empathy and clairvoyance. You're pretty good at astral projecting too. Like you can literally jump into another world in your daydreams, and that's really cool. You can tap into people's feelings, and you can live lives without ever leaving this one. Like, you could listen to a person talk about going on a roller coaster, and suddenly you're on that roller coaster, Pisces. It's so awesome. It can be scary sometimes or overwhelming because it's like you're never actually in your body. But you have this ability to be a portal for the energy of other dimensions. You're almost like a fairy. Like, you could be Tinkerbell, and your vibes are like fairy dust, and you just have this innate ability to sway things and make life soft and beautiful and magical. Like, you could take a bed of spikes and turn it into a field of bubbles. How? Who cares? You're a Pisces. You make me want to take a nap, but the nap's always going to make me feel better. You're like a dream healer. You can heal people with your touch and with the things that you create because you're so creative. Do everything you dream, Pisces. It's going to make the world a better place, and it's going to help people understand you because you understand them so well. I love you. Well, guys, that was my interpretation of all the 12 signs' psychic abilities. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Please comment. Let me know if it resonated. And subscribe. Share this video with your friends. And I will learn how to talk. That's what I'll do. I will see you guys next time. Also, keep a lookout for that video that will be coming out shortly on where I detail some of the things that I have been going through in these last couple of weeks. I talked about my career ventures briefly, but the video, and it's probably, I can say for like 60% certain, it's probably going to be like a continuation of my upgrades video, because a lot of what's been going on has been like internal, energetic, and like ascension related. So major stuff, and I don't want you to miss it. So hit that bell so that you can always be notified when I post new content. Love ya, stay blessed, and namaste. I will see you guys soon.